Hello everyone. Let's learn the three different types of creating object copies using an example. I'm going to copy this code snippet and paste it into Python tutor. Observe that we are seeing cluttered visualization. So I'm going to switch the visualization mode to default view. Let's go through this example. I'm creating a list object instance which is storing three items which are dictionary object instances. So we are going to add an arrow from each list index position to the corresponding dictionary object instance. Then I'm storing a reference to this list object instance inside the variable x. So we are going to add an arrow from the x variable box to this list object instance that we just created. We already know how to create a reference copy. Recall that when you say y equal to x, you're creating a reference copy. This implies that y should reference whatever is being referenced by x. So you're going to draw an arrow from the y variable box to this list object instance, which is being referenced by the x variable. Reference copy creates zero new objects. Let's learn about shallow and deep copy. We'll have to import copy module in order to use shallow and deep copy. I'm going to first talk about deep copy. Deep copy is the opposite of reference copy. Reference copy creates zero new objects, whereas deep copy creates new copies of objects at all depth levels. What exactly is depth? Recall that depth is the number of arrows it takes for you to arrive at a particular object instance. This list object instance is at depth level 1. That's because it takes you one arrow from the x variable box to arrive at it. The dictionary object instances, on the other hand, are going to be at depth level 2 because it takes you two arrows to arrive at them. Let's learn how to invoke deep copy function. Deep copy is a function as part of copy module. So you'll have to specify copy.deepCopy. Then you're going to pass as argument the variable which is storing reference to the nested data structure, which is going to be x in our example. The deep copy function returns as a value which is reference to the new object instances that got created. We are capturing that into a variable y. I'm going to comment out line number 8 and uncomment line number 10. Observe that that creates a brand new copy of the list object instance and also new copies for the dictionary object instances. We are going to add arrows from the new list object instance index positions to the new dictionary object instances that we just created. Then we are going to add an arrow from the y variable box to the brand new list object instance that we created. Let's learn about shallow copy. Shallow copy is a middle ground between reference copy and deep copy. You'll have to invoke the copy function within the copy module to create a shallow copy. This is a weird invocation because the module name and the function name are called as copy here. Similar to deep copy, you're going to pass as argument the variable which is storing the reference to the nested data structure, and you're going to capture the return value which is going to be a new reference to the new object. What are we creating a copy of in shallow copy? That's only going to be the object at depth level 1. So let me uncomment line number 9. Observe that we are now only creating a copy of the list object instance which is at depth level 1. The arrows from the brand new list object instance still points to the original dictionary object instances because those are going to be at depth level 2 here, and we are going to add an arrow from the y variable box to the brand new list object instance which we just created a copy of. Typical use case for shallow copy would only require you to create a copy of the object at depth level 1, but you can use shallow copy to create copies of objects at different depth levels. It is not going to be an elegant solution. Let me show you how you can do that. Let's say that we want to create a copy of this particular dictionary object instance at depth level 1. First of all, how do you access that dictionary object instance? You'll have to say x of 0 in order to index into this position within the original list object instance. So we'll have to pass x of 0 as argument. What do we want to do with the return value? We want to be able to update this particular reference, which is y of 0, to the brand new dictionary object instance that creates gets created from the copy function within the copy module, correct? So we'll have to capture the return value into y of 0. Observe that that now creates a new copy of the dictionary object instance at depth level 2. If you switch to the slide deck, I have a for loop which is going to iterate over every dictionary object instance at depth level 2 and creates a copy of that. We need to use the range built-in function in order to get the index based for loop here, because we are saying y of some index position equal to copy of x of some index position here. Please make sure to step through this example on your own using Python Tutor. I'm going to talk about the motivation for the need for three different types of copying here. We have an example list here which contains three dictionary object instances. We are storing a reference to this particular list object instance inside a variable called players. Each of the dictionaries are storing player name and player score. Let's go through three use case scenarios here. Use case scenario 1 is going to be for a reference copy. Let's say that we want to compute max score among the players who are stored within this particular list of dictionaries data structure. We are going to only do a reading pass to compute max score. What exactly do I mean by that? Let's say that we are creating a function called max underscore score, which has a parameter people. When we invoke the max underscore score function by passing players as argument, people is going to reference whatever is being referenced by players variable here. So you're going to create a brand new arrow from people variable box to the corresponding list which represents the outer data structure. Then we are going to use the design pattern that we have been learning to determine max or min of some value within a list of values. We are simply going to write a for loop to step through each of the index positions within this list object instance, and we are going to use the design pattern by initializing highest to none, and we want to compare the current score against the previously known highest and update the highest score if the current score is better than the previously known highest. Observe that we are only reading the score values by performing the lookup operation within this search condition by mentioning p of score here. So this does not impact the data within the original nested data structure in any way. So this is a good use case for a reference copy. So after you execute this particular function call, your highest variable is going to store the maximum score, which is 111 here. And when you return it, you're going to get rid of the people and the highest variable boxes, which will be inside the max underscore score function call frame. And the m variable in the global frame is now going to contain a reference to the integer object 111. Let's go through use case scenario 2, which is for shallow copy. We are going to use median score as an example for shallow copy. We are going to assume that we have defined a function median underscore score, which includes a parameter people. We are going to create a shallow copy by mentioning copy of people, and we are going to store the return value into the same parameter variable people here. Let's assume that we are performing the sort method call and all of the associated operations in order to compute median as part of this particular function. Outside in the global frame, you're going to pass players as argument to the median underscore score function, and you're capturing the return value into the variable m here. If you were to visualize this particular example, you'll once again create all the object instances for the list of dictionary nested data structure. Then you're going to add an arrow from players variable box to the list object instance. Initially, the people variable box within the median underscore score function call frame is going to have an arrow to the same list object instance. But when we execute line number 1, which is shallow copy, we are going to create a copy of the list object instance at depth level 1, and we are going to add arrows from that particular copy of the list object instance to the dictionary object instances over here. So in line number 2, when you invoke the sort method call on people, you're only going to sort the index positions within the copy of the list object instance that you created. So that's going to move this third dictionary here to the index position 2. That's because the scores are ordered using ascending order. So you're going to get 88, 100, and then 111. Observe that this did not have an impact at all in the ordering of the dictionary object instances within the original list object instance here. So this is going to be a good use case for the shallow copy, which enables us to find the median by getting to the middle object instance as part of this new list object instance that we just created. And we are going to be able to say that the median score is going to be 100 here, which will go into the variable m. So let's go through the last use case, which is for deep copy. Let's say that we want to keep track of historical scores. We are going to first of all create a deep copy by invoking copy.deepCopy function and passing players as argument. Let's capture the return value into a variable called players underscore before. Let's say that we are making some sort of a change to player score, which is at index position 0. So that's going to be the player A here. The score, which was the original value, is 88. Let's say that we want to increment that by a value of 10. Before doing that, deep copy creates a copy of the object instances at all depth level. So you're going to create a copy of the list object instance and also copies of the dictionary object instances. Now, when you use the player's variable reference to update the value of the score within the index position 0's dictionary, you're going to update the score to a value of 98 here. Observe that the original score remains to be the same value 88 within the deep copy that we just created. So now we can use the deep copy, which is the original set of scores, and the updated copy, which is stored inside the player's variable, and we can compute the difference between the original score and the new score, and we'll be able to tell that the score got incremented by a value of 10. So this particular print function call is going to display 10 here. That will be it for today's lecture. Please make sure to get practice on all of these types of copying by going through each of the example in Python Tutor.